Do you find yourself giving advice to how many people are hitting you up?
I do really, really love talk. I mean, if I'm asked, I've gotten to a place where I try not to give advice unless I'm asked, because many times if I hear something, I'm like, you feel compelled to be like, oh, but it's like, unless they ask, I don't want to give advice. But if they ask, I love talking to kind of students, kind of in that arena where they're about to go into business. And I mainly talk about the psychology of it all. I don't really talk about, like, for instance, I love talking about fame. And how I think fame, people look at fame as the ultimate being known. You know, how many followers do you have? How many people know your name? All that kind of stuff. But if you look at someone who's hugely famous, right? If you look at someone like that and then you look at someone who, I don't know, works at a mall in Alabama, anything that's said to that person at the mall, anything that's given to them, anything that's encouraged them, there's no strings attached. They can receive that freely. The person who's hugely, quote, famous or known, anything said to them, given to them, they wonder if it's transactional. They wonder if there's strings attached. So I say that person in the mall is more known than the huge star. And it's just the opposite of what everybody thinks it is. Because if you're known by people who are close to you and who love you, that's all the known you need. Because that's, when it gets more, it can get really isolating. Anyways, I love talking about that stuff.
Is that that's got to be one of the first questions people that you speak to ask, right? Like, what's it like?
Well, I think this is why I like talking about it, especially to students, because I remember when I was that age, and like, I wouldn't admit it, but it's about, you know, you get the attention and all that kind of stuff, and you glamorize it. And I like kind of discussing that with them before they get into it, because it just kind of reframes
why you're doing it, right?
Why you're doing it, and also giving yourself grace. Like, of course you're gonna be interested, and it's kind of, it has that kind of Hollywood sparkle on it.
Sure.
But just to be honest and talk about it and really look at it for what it actually is, I love that discussion, because it can get you, I think, more to that question of, okay, why am I doing? Am I just wanting to go back to my high school and tell them to fuck off because of what I've made? Or am I wanting to really dig into this career, which, by the way, is made up mostly of rejection? Like, you're signing up for a career of rejection.
Crazy. When it's broken down like that. I don't know if I had enough people around me that kind of said that to me. Like, you know, it's probably people that were so far removed from it that felt like they wanted to, you know, good luck. That's a tough industry. They would say that, but it wouldn't actually get specific with, like, you know, nobody pulled me aside to be like, you know, it's a lot of no's, or it's going to be 10 years of fuck off before, come on in.
And I say, with that, I say, hey, if you want to dive in, beautiful. Get yourself a support system. Totally. Because
any part of this,
because my community in New York, if I didn't have that community who saw me because you'd walk in a room, you walk in a room and you see 50 guys who look and act exactly like you, and you're like, why am I here? But if you go back and fall back in that community that sees you for who you are, knows you, believes, and you can go out and have a drink with and really see you, that's what's going to give you longevity, because that's what you can fall back on.
Yeah.
I always tell people to invest in their community before they invest in their career, because that's a huge step for me.
I think that's the Celsius slogan, by the way.
That's a Celsius slogan.
That's actually, that's very, I love that. Very poignant and very true, because, I mean, I'll just relate it to stand-up, having people that are coming up in that grind with you, that you can, the support system that you can complain to and that just can understand what you're going through. Yeah. And again, but that translates to, I think, any world. Will you give the best man speech at my wedding?
Sure. Great. Also, this makes me think,
by the way, real quick, Tony, that would be so fucking, like, can you imagine? By the way, the invite extended. We'll see if
I love weddings.
I know, and I thought, dude,
because it's a place of joy. Like, it's like there's a DJ.
Hey man, I will gladly kick off a high school friend. Dude, I'm fucking serious, and I feel like we're having a good time today, and good vibes are rolling. We're doing some cool things. I set up a little casino night post party in one of the ballrooms.
Ooh, are you really going to do that?
10-piece band. I was like, you say videographer? I was like, band's gotta. I went to a buddy of mine's, and they had a big band, and it was the brass section. Fucking, my mom loves Sinatra. I was like, I want to get a couple of those in for. My buddy at the end with the full band loves SNL, and we always joke about the closing and stuff.
Yeah.
And he had them play the closing, and he got up on the mic and did the whole thank you, and we all got up on the stage.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
I'm just crying laughing because it was so funny because it was like, it sounded so
but
good.
also, what a moment. What a memory.
Cool.
And that's the thing. You're still telling that story.
Yes. But if you came out of nowhere to give a speech completely fabricated and made up, oh my God, dude. Anyway. We're not going to do that. But
people be like, what a moron.
Hilarious.
Also,
no, they'd all freak out and be like, this is fucking incredible. But it also would be great if everybody
I
didn't
promise you,
get
half of them would be like, A, I've never seen him, and I don't know who he is.
Get the fuck out of here. I'm still laughing at how fun that was. Hey guys, Adam Ray here for the About Last Night podcast. Hope you enjoyed that little ALN highlight, that little freebie tidbit. If you want to see more highlights, clips, animations, and episodes, click right there, Click right there and get all the free ALN goodies your heart can muster. And of course, subscribe to the show by clicking the ALN logo right there, Do that. It's easy. I'll see you next time. Peace.